Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and you have reached me at my channel Clue High Heels Stitcher. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch, but I do throw other things in, mostly my love of shoes. And there will be a pair of shoes in this episode, but I'll leave that until the end when I do my life update. Okay, so firstly I just want to thank everyone who is watching. If you are new, then welcome. I hope you like what you see. If you are returning, then thank you so much for coming back. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that sent me such kind messages and comments in my last few videos about the wedding and all of that. So thank you again so much. It means a lot to me. So it's been about 4 weeks, just under 4 weeks since my last video. Today is Wednesday the 20th of July and I think the last time I recorded was about the 25th of June roughly, so it's been about just under 4 weeks. A little bit longer than I would have liked, but things have happened, but I'll get into that in the life update. So we'll get straight into stitching, shall we? So these are going to be in no particular order. Had it all laid out and then yeah. So I do have new starts, I do have finishes, I even have an FFO. I know. And obviously the projects that I've been working on. So let's start off with finishes. So first finish I had was Proud Presley. I'll put a picture up of what it will look like, or what it looked like the last time you saw it. In my last video I said that I wanted to get this done in June because June was Pride month. So, and I did manage to get him done. I think I finished him on the 28th of June. So here he is, all done. He is stitched on 16 Count Gems Dreams by KLT Charting with just the called for DMC. I think these were all the called for. So there he is. He needed, let's have a look. Oh, he only needed 805 stitches to get him done, so that wasn't too bad. This was my before work and lunchtime stitch. So there he is. I don't know how I'm going to fully finish him, but he'll probably just go in my pile to finish. So that was the first finish. My next finish is a start, a finish and an FFO. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen these, and they are my little dinosaur minis. So this is by Crafty Gurami, and they're just little mini dinosaurs that I got on Etsy. I stitched these on, well, I only did 3. I did those 2 and the Triceratops. The first top 2 I turned into earrings. I stitched them on 14 count plastic, Ada plastic canvas. That's the first one. And that's the second one. These turned out so amazing and I wore them out. I've worn them to work and I wore them. Now, there is a reason why I stitched these, and it is because we went out for dinner, and there is now a local restaurant called Jurassic Grill, and there's the Triceratops that I turned into a necklace. It's called Jurassic Grill, and it's all dinosaur themed, and it's amazing. So I went a bit crazy because I have some irregular choice dinosaur shoes, and I'll put in pictures up. And I found a dinosaur dress that I got last year to go with the dinosaur shoes. So when this restaurant opened up, it was earlier this year, I think it was March it opened. That was it. I knew we were going to go, but I was going to give it a couple of months so it can, you know, get its bearings. So we did. We left it. Daryl decided should we go out for dinner? And I was like, oh, we'll go out for dinner. Did you want to go? Yeah, of course we want to try. We love dinosaurs. So we tried Jurassic Grill. 2 weeks we had to wait for a table. We had to book in advance 2 weeks. But it was amazing. Food was lovely. We're normally starter people, not really into the desserts. Mostly I'm not, because it all involves ice cream or cream, and I can't have that because being lactose intolerant. So we generally go for the starters. They didn't have starters, it was just mains and desserts. So I'm like, okay, fine. So we had our main, and then we thought, oh, we'll go for the desserts. So I found a waffle, and they did vegan ice cream. So I did that, and it was Biscoff spread and crumbles. Oh, it was amazing. It was so nice. Daryl had an Oreo cheesecake. I could only eat half because it was just so big. So big. But yes, so when he said that we were going there, I was like, right, shoes, dress. I found some jewellery online, but I thought, I'm trying to be saving money. I've got the plastic canvas in my stash. I've got the threads. I've got the jewellery, earring making bits. Let's give it a go and see how it goes. And I love how these came out. One of the waitresses asked where I got them from and if she could buy some. Another waitress said that they loved my dress, they loved the shoes. So yeah, it was definitely an experience. And if you are local, I would highly recommend you check it out. So that was my first thing. It does give me a little bit of, ooh, now I can make jewellery, I can make some earrings, I can make necklaces. Because it was Nat's fault. I saw she'd posted on Instagram that she'd made a cross-stitch necklace on plastic canvas, which gave me the idea to do it. So I have got, this one is kept in my Stitch Bunny project bag, one of them. I am planning to do the rest of them, I just don't know when. It might turn into my before work lunchtime stitch, because I can knock out the stitching on that. Took about an hour, the back stitching took another hour, so they're really quick to stitch up. It's just a little bit of a pain, the back stitching on the plastic canvas, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. So that's all the finishes that I've got this month, since I last saw you. Next we have new starts. So you've seen the one new start, it's also a finish, and FFO. My other new start is Mini Dragonfly by KLT Charting. If you watched my last video, you will have seen that I had this, I can't remember if it was a finish or it was almost a finish in my last video. Well, this is a different one, because that was my original that was for the KLT Charting Games back in May, Oh, so yes, this was a finish in last month's. Well, Kim's doing a new game, KLT Octo Games. So you had to qualify for that. You had to stitch 200 stitches, and if you didn't qualify, then you can't participate in the main challenge. I think we've just finished challenge 5, and that was to stitch on a chart that depicts a 4-legged animal. I'll show you that progress on. But one of them was to stitch on an insect chart. I don't really want another big, huge start because I was considering Kaleidoscope Dragonfly, but I'm trying to do the no new starts, and this is just this would be perfect for a card or a little pin cushion or something like that. So I thought, I don't mind stitching things twice. I've stitched the chicken sows twice. I've stitched a couple of things twice. I can't remember what else, but that's the main one. So I thought I'll just stitch it again, it's fine. So this is how far I've got. It is still in the frame. This is stitched on 18 count double denim by KLT Charting, with KLT Charting, where are you? There you are. Candy Crush thread. This is a misdye because it's too green, but I love green, so I was like, yep, fine. So the plan is, when this is finished, because this is also on 18 count, is to double side it. So I'll have that on one side, that on the other, and it will just be like a little mini pin cushion. So that's my plan on there. So I think that's 200 stitches. 202 stitches. 202 stitches on there. So with these, with the Octo Game challenges, the first challenge was any chart. Next challenge was, or one of them was an insect chart, which is that one. We've had a mammal chart, so I picked up my Giraffes at Sunset, which will look like that when it's finished. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. So I filled in a little bit more around here, and I've just worked with the black because it's nice block stitching on that. That is a total of 432 stitches. This is just stitched on an 18 count white Ada that I think I got from the charity shop. So it's definitely not a swag art because it's horrible to wear, but I'm doing it anyway. Now in here, there is a thread. And I can't find it now. Oh, no, there it is. I don't know if you can see. I might have to put in... No, you can't see that. But there is a thread that I've done the first leg of. And the second leg, instead of going diagonally over, it's gone straight up. So I've not done the full length, the full leg of this stitch. And I know it's there, but it's in the middle block here. So to fully finish the stitch, I'm going to have to start a stitch and then end it straight away. So I thought I'm just going to leave it. It's one stitch. When it's far enough back, you won't be able to see it. And it took me a while to find it. There is also a stitch in here that Daryl did. And it goes the opposite way to my stitching. Now I know it's in here, but I can't find it. So there's no way that I can change it either. So I'm going to leave that. It's just my little personalisations. Yes. I do love stitching this, and it works well for our full coverage wenches challenges, and we're close to hitting our next target with that. So that was a mammals, and worked with the challenge that we just did, which was a four-legged animal. No doubt there will be a full coverage challenge, so that'll be good for that. If there's an orange, that'll be good for that. But we'll wait and see what the challenges are. We're waiting for the next one to drop. Oh, speaking of giraffes, there's my mug. I got this from Vienna. How can you see? My Mr. and Mrs. This was hanging up behind us when we got married at the reception on the fireplace. So I kept it. Well, I brought it, so I kept it in front of my Charlotte banner. So that's that one. My next project, that was it. So my last video, I had just finished stitching on the Dark Queen, and I'd spun the spinner, and the new one was Partridge in a Pear Tree, and I hadn't yet started that because I decided that I was going to stitch a couple of thousand stitches on wildlife stocking, because if I have any chance of getting this done before Christmas, I need to work on it. So I thought I'd do a couple of thousand stitches on this and then move on to Partridge in a Pear Tree. And that worked perfectly because we were coming into July, which is Christmas in July, Jolly July. Perfect. So I will put, this one isn't on a frame, which is a miracle for me, but I've decided once I've finished with it, I'm moving it off the frame, except for the really, really big ones. So I'll put a picture of what it looked like, and this is where we are now. I am aware that it needs an iron, but there we are. Bring it closer. So I worked down here. I worked across it. This bear, oh my god, he just keeps going. He just keeps going. This is all block stitching, and it took me I think about 7 sections to do about 2,000 stitches, because it's just this bear. I was like, oh, what am I working on? Oh, bear. What am I working on? Bear. Worked more on the wolf down here, and I've got half a beaver, and this is the start of a squirrel. But yeah, that bear just keeps going on, and I've still got more to do behind the squirrel and down here. So it's a lot of brown. It's a lot of brown. This is stitched on 16 count white Ada that I got from the charity shop. So yes, and I did again. I panicked with this one. It finishes down here, so I know that I've got enough room down here, and that is the end up there. So I know I've got room this side. Not a lot, but I have room. But I got down here because I was in the Q-snap. And all this is rolled up, so I can only see about that much. And I'm there going, am I going to have enough room? Am I going to have enough room? I don't think I'm going to have enough room. So it comes off the Q-snap. And I measure and I count. Yeah, no, I've got enough room. I can guarantee I'll do that again before I finish this, because I've done it at least twice already. And I know that I've got enough room. It's just you doubt yourself. So, yes. This does have a little bit of backstitch, and I'm leaving that till the end. So this is, Wildlife Stocking by Cooler Design Studio. And I need this done by Christmas. So I think there's about 14,000 stitches left in it, and 6,000 of those are white. So I'm not looking forward to doing white on white. But hey ho, you live and learn. Next time when there's this much white, I will either A, not stitch the white, or B, do it on an off-white fabric. So next we will go on, because I'll save Partridge in a Pear Tree till last. So last weekend it was lovely, nice and sunny, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go sit in the garden and do a bit of stitching. So I did, but I didn't want to take the wildlife stocking because that's the one that I was working on at the time. I didn't want to take the wildlife stocking because that meant that I'd have to take the Lowry out and all that, and I was like, no, I can't be doing that. So I pulled out my Dimensions mason jar lineup, because this is on a lap stand, an R&R lap stand that I could just rest on the table and it'll be fine. So I pulled that out. The last time you saw it, I just completed the 2 jars. I've now moved on to the 3rd because this is another Christmas present that needs to be done by the end of the year. So again, we need to pull my finger out and start stitching on this. This is stitched on 16 count white Aida. It's actually from the same big piece that I got from the charity shop that the wildlife stocking was on, and that snow globe stocking that was on that I stitched last year. So, oh, as you can see, it's still on my stand. So that is as far as we have got. So I did quite a lot of stitching. It was a good few fair hours out in the garden. And this does have quite a bit of back stitching, and again, I'm leaving that till the end. So there we are. This is my first Dimensions kit, so it's the first time doing, you know, half stitches with full stitches. Not the first time doing blends, I don't think, but thankfully there's not that many blends in this. So. That one's not on Pattern Keeper. I've tried putting it on Pattern Keeper, I can't do it, and it's a lot of time that I could be stitching. So I think that was 417 stitches on that one, which is a mixture of half and full cross. So next, oh my god, I love this one, and it's all thanks to Jen, because I saw this chart when Jen, not Cross Jen, started stitching it. I only have a black and white picture because I can't find where the coloured picture is, so this is not a very good one. I will I'll put in a picture of what it will look like. And I love this one, and it was perfect time for the spinner to choose it, because Jolly July, Christmas in July, and that's how I'd only got 150 odd stitches in it because I started it back in December 20 for No New Starts 2021. So I only had 140 odd stitches in it. This one is kept in my Lollipop Stitches Christmas project bag. Try not to show you, that's my working copy. So I've managed to do just over 3,000 stitches on this. Now my target for this was 7 a week, So 7 stitching sessions is what I define a week, is 7 stitching sessions with a minimum of 200 stitches. If it's under 200 stitches, then it's not a session. That's how I define. So, and I've just been loving this. I haven't managed to put it on Pattern Keeper. That was a whole hoo-ha with it because the pages aren't A4. They're not long enough to be an A4 and they're too wide to be an A4, and they're not, the design on the paper isn't straight. So when you try to scan a copy and put it into Pattern Keeper, you put the grid on the grid and it's not matching up because it's wonky. I was there, I made a working copy, I was then trying to, yeah, it was a lot of hassle. But, so, anyway, picture of what it looked like. And this is where we are now. Oh my god, I love it so much. So I literally just had a little bit of the red border. I had this square and I was working on that. And now look. This is Kreinik. So it's all sparkly. I had to, I didn't have that in my stash, so I did have to order it. But I did have the majority of the threads, and the missing threads I got from Kim, from KLT Charting. Because threads in the UK are just absolutely horrendous at the moment. I mean, Hobbycraft are like £1.30. So, and KLT I can pick up from her when we have a meetup. So, but yes, look. There's a little bit of Kreinik in there. There is back stitching in this, and again, I will do that at the end. So, yes. This is stitched on 32 count silver grey Ada. Yeah. Oh, I just love this one so much. And Jen and her friend Nicola created an event on Facebook, Christmas in July, Jolly July. And so I stitched this, and then Jen pulled out hers, and she's so much further along than me. So she showed it in her whip parade in her last video, so go check her out, and her Instagram, because she did an update on there. But yeah, no, I love this one so much. Love it so much. So, yes. Oh, but it's now going away because I've done my 7 sessions on it. So it's now going away, which is a little bit disappointing, but I've got other things that I need to stitch on. So, yes, that's now gone. So, that, I believe, it's everything. Yep, that's everything that I have worked on, and we're only half an hour, so it's good. It's good. I do have a little bit of haul, and then life update. So, have a drink, and I'll get on to it. Oh, plans. We'll do plans. So, now that I've finished Partridge in a Pear Tree, or my spinner for that, the 7 sessions, I then spun again. What it spun was Proud Presley, because I forgot to take him off my spinner. He was already done. He was finished back in June, so I obviously can't work on him unless I do a restart. And so we'll just respin, and we respun, and it picked my Heaven and Earth Designs Middle Earth map. I only had 152 stitches started on this, so I'll put a picture of what it looks like. I started stitching on that this morning, so I've only done about 34 stitches on it, and it's on my Lowry stand just over there, so I'm not pulling it off. My goal for that is a page finish. Now with Heaven and Earth, they're quite large page finishes, so I think it's about 8,000 stitches, which will probably take me about a month to do non-stop. So between now and then, that's all I will plan to stitch on, apart from the before work and lunchtime, because I'm not lugging that all the way to work. Because I'll show you a picture of how it looks like, because this is part of my haul as well. It's on a scroll frame, an Albanese Easy Clip scroll frame, which doesn't fit on the Lowry stand. So when it got spun, I spun a little bit early. Actually, I spun it last week because I knew that I was going to finish Partridge in a Pear Tree. Monday was going to be my last session on it, so I thought, oh, I'll prepare, I'll spin, so I know what I'm doing, so I can get, if I'm missing any threads, I can get it. And when it spun that, I was like, oh, well, I was looking at getting the bar. I don't know what it's called. I know what it is. It's this. It's this bar. I've been thinking about getting that for a while, for when I was working on that, because obviously Middle Earth map is on there, and I have another one with my Laguna Mermaid on it, on one of the frames. So I thought, well, I'm going to need to get something to work on. So I got that, and I was setting it up this morning. It took a while to set up, and as you can see, but it's sturdy, it's steady, and it works. So I got that when I ordered the Kreinik. Got them from Lovecrafts, and it came pretty quick. It did come pretty quick, and it seems quite steady, so I'll let you know how it goes. So that is the plan, is to do a page finish on there on Middle Earth map, and that's basically all the plans. I will be working on other things depending on what challenges come up in the KLT Charting Octo games, so we'll see. We have a little bit more progress than just the full coverage. So that is plans. We'll move on to haul. I haven't got a lot, it's just mostly my stash club from KLT Charting. With a couple of little extra goodies. That almost landed in my teeth. So, this is August 21 limited edition, Beside the Seaside. I won't get it out, but that's pretty true to colour. Blues. This is 18 count Ada. 32 count even weave. It's a little bit darker than that, but it's still, it's almost that colour. It's lovely. It's lovely. I can see a mermaid on that. And then the threads. Stash Club DMC. So the Stash Club, you get mystery gift, and this month's mystery gift was Mandarin Magic and Silver Moon hand-dyed thread, and I love Kim's hand-dyed thread, so I'm very happy with that. Next we have, this was a present from a lovely hunter. It's like a wedding gift, Dragon's Egg, 18 count sparkly. So I am very thankful. I have to send her a message, but I will say thank you again. So, you know you are. Thank you. I think I know what I'm going to use this on. because I've been looking for a fabric for Tribal Turtle by KLT Charting, and this is the perfect size for that, and it's sparkly, and I think if a challenge comes up in the Octo games that I need to start and Tribal Turtle matches that, then that's going to be there. Then a piece of 18 count Mandarin Magic. And there was a note on this that said it was in her pending shipping and she didn't know where it was from, but it had my name on it. Now, I haven't ordered it. I hadn't. We went through messages. We couldn't find that we talked about it, so we don't know why it had my name on it. I was like, okay, well, I'll take it off you. Take it off your hands. I'll take that. So thank you very much, Kim. And then this was Pompey Tights, 18 count. Do you remember, if you've watched me before, a few videos ago, you will have heard me say that the turtle sow, I swore down that I had a piece of Pompey Tides that was big enough for the turtle sow. My Excel spreadsheet told me I had this piece of fabric. I could not find this piece of fabric. So me and Kim were talking and said if she got some then fine, she'd and I then brought a piece of Bring Me Sunshine. Is it Bring Me Sunshine? I think it's Bring Me Sunshine. And I stitched the turtles on that. But I don't know where this piece of fabric's gone. I don't think I'd given it to Nat. But yeah, I don't know. So there we are. Piece of Pompey Tides, which is Lou's favourite fabric. So that was that. And then we have some September's fabric, so that was the stash. Then I brought, because I started Kaleidoscope Cat in the KLT Charting game, so I've brought the thread pack for that. I got some needles, only one of these are mine. It was the price for the wenches last Target. So 14 count Black Ada. I believe this is the mystery item from the Stash Club. If it's not, then I've got somebody's order. I'm sure Kim will tell me. So September's limited edition fabric is this Galactic Quest fabric. Oh my god, it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Purples and blues and pinks. So that's the 32 count. And then that's the 18 count. Just look. That is true to colour. That is that colour. It's just... I don't know what to stitch on it, but it's definitely one of my favourites. Tracy from Tracy's Craft House is stitching a long dog sampler in these threads, and it looks amazing. So you need to go check out her channel and her long dog, because it does look amazing in those threads. These are now no longer a limited edition. Kim did a survey thing late last year that said of, oh no, it might have been early this year, of all the threads from last year, which one was your favourite, and I'll make it a full-time, I'll add it to the full-time range in Galactic Quest 1. So that is now no longer a limited edition, and you can go get some, because I think there is some still in, there is now some in stock on her website. So that's pretty much all my stash. I obviously got the bar, I got some Krennic, which is now in Partridge in a Pear Tree. I got a couple of charts, the dinosaur ones. Oh, and I got the, so Country Magic Stitch was on Etsy, and they did the Visit, Helm's Deep, Visit, loads of different I wonder if I've got a picture. There we go. So this is Visit Helm's Deep, and they have loads of these: Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Star Wars. I had a couple of the Lord of the Rings ones, and she then left Etsy because I think she's in, they're a Belarus. So she left Etsy, and I missed charts, which, you know, a little bit sad, but with everything going on, it's understandable. She does have her own website, but she's not taking orders through the website at the moment. I was watching Nicola, Simply a Stitcher, and she was working on one of these, one of the Lord of the Rings ones, and she said she got them from Buy Me a Coffee. So I went and had a look, and there was it. You could buy her a coffee, you could buy her bundles. So she'd set up bundles, like extras on this Buy Me a Coffee, and so I did that. I bought 10 charts. I think it worked out at like $21 or something like that, so it was only about £15-16. And once you donate, you then email her with your chart, the charts that you want, and then she emails you back. So when Nicola said that, I was like, perfect. So I went straight there, brought them, because I'd missed out. I didn't want to miss out anymore, so that was, I was so happy that I was able to get those. So I had a couple already. So I had Visit Helm's Deep, Visit Mordor, and I think Visit Jurassic Park. So I had a couple of them. I also know that Michelle from Made by Michelle McGraw, she's done a couple of these and that. So yes, I was very happy when I found out that you could still get these. You could still get the charts. So yes, I'm not gonna. A little bit shoe haul. One pair of shoes, and it, again, Nat's fault. We went shopping Saturday just gone because we had a meet-up. So we went a couple of charity shops and that, and we went into one, and I saw these shoes. They are stilettos, they are Iron Fist brand, and they are amazing. And she was like, oh, are you gonna get them? And I was like, oh no, I'm not sure. And there was this lovely old lady that worked there, and she was like, oh, stilettos, they suit you so well. And she was so nice. She was like, oh, I can only wear flats now, but you need them, look at your legs. So I did get them. So yeah, look at them. Yes, they are sheep. That one's got a skull on it. They're in like BDSM outfits. Oh my god, they're amazing. And they fit, and they were my size, and they were only £7. So yeah, I was like, yeah. So yes, I can wear them. Yes, I will be wearing them at some point. So, love them. Life update. So it's been 4 weeks. We've had a little bit of a eventful time with the cars. I can't remember if I said in my last video, but the cars were breaking. So we have 2 cars. My car, Corsa, I've had for 10 years, and he developed an oil leak. So we decided, until we could get it looked at, we'd drive the other car, so which is a 21-year-old Toyota Yaris. When we drove that, I was driving that to work, and as I was driving up to work, there was this big old bang. Oh crap. Yeah. Broke the radiator on it. Like, oh, bugger. We got that fixed. Then drove it around for a couple of days, but it was still overheating. So we had somebody else they came back out and said, your head gasket is about to blow. I'm like, oh, right, okay, poop. So we just scrapped him. We just scrapped him. We don't have the money to pay for the head gasket to be fixed on a 21-year-old car. It's just not worth it. So we did scrap him. So then I was driving the Corsa again, but his oil leak was sort of getting worse and worse, and there's massive stains outside the house because of just the oil. I was like, ah. When they came out to look at it, they said, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it is a 15-year-old car, 16-year-old car. It's bound to start, the seals are starting to break down. I'm like, okay, fine. So I was like, 2 MOTs left in it was their best guess. Fine, 2 years to save up for a new car. I can deal with that. He then started to rattle under the engine, and you're like, no. If I'm going to get rid of him, I need to get rid of him now before I'd spend any more money trying to fix him that I could have been using to buy a new car. So we did. I looked at a couple of cars. I fell in love with the Nissan Duke. I went to look at one. It was in such bad condition, and they were asking 12 grand for it. I was like, no way is it worth that much money at all. It was in such bad condition. It wasn't that old, but it was just, the previous owner did not care for that car. So the dealership had a different Duke. It was a couple of years older, cheaper. We'll have a look at that. So they brought it over. I had a look. I fell in love with it. It's such a nice ride. It's so... he's more eco-friendly than the Corsa. So, can we afford it? So I went back, sorted all my finances and that, and I was like, yep, fine, we'll go for it. We part exchanged the Corsa, and now I have a lovely new car. If you follow me on Instagram, I did post it on there. Did I? No, I didn't post it on my High Heel Stitcher Instagram. I posted it on my personal Instagram, which I'll link both below. But the other, I have 2 Instagrams. I have one mostly for the cross stitch, and then I have one for just me generally. So I think I posted it on my one. But yeah, no, I'll post a picture of him. He's so cool. His name is Duke the Duke, and oh yeah, no, I love him. I really do. There was a little bit of, am I doing the right thing? Once you get in it and all that. And normally when I get into that sort of doubting myself. I talked to Dara, and Dara sets me straight, and he did. I said, are we doing the right thing getting rid of Prof? And that I've had him 10 years. He's been in the family since new, because I brought him off my parents. So I knew the whole history. I don't know the history of this new car and all that. And Dara's like, no. You've seen, he's 15, 16 years old. He's braking. You're going to be spending more money. We need to be proactive rather than reactive. And I said, okay, fine. Are you happy with the car? So, it's your money. I went, yeah, it's our money. So he said it straight, he likes the car and all that, but he doesn't like the fact that it beeps at him if he doesn't strap in quick enough. Yeah. So, life update. We 2 cars in 1 week. We got rid of Yaris and the Toyota Yaris on the Wednesday, and Prof the Corsa on the Saturday. So we got rid of 2 cars in the space of like 4 days. So, yeah. I think that's been pretty much it. We've had a couple of stitching meetups. It's so good to have stitching meetups and meet up with the girls and be able to go out again. We've had a heat wave in the UK the last few days, and it's been absolutely horrendous here. I don't mind the heat. I love the heat, but it's the humidity that I don't like. It's the mugginess, thick air. Because we went to Egypt. I said we. I went to Egypt 11 years ago. And middle of August, so it was peak season, and that was hot. I think that was about 40 degrees Celsius, which is what I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but that was hot, and it was just heat. It wasn't the mugginess. There was no humidity. It was just heat, and that was amazing. I loved that. Absolutely loved that. But here, I think it got to 32, and I just couldn't deal with it. Thankfully, I was in an aircon office, but we generally don't have air conditioning here in the UK, and it was just so hot. It was so hot. Thankfully, we're only about 4 miles from the coast, as I live on the south coast of England, so we're only 4 miles away from Leon-Solent, so we don't get it as hot as like the mainland, the like Midlands and things like that, because they people post on Facebook that it was like 38, 40 degrees, and I was like, oh, I thought it was hot with it being 32, but yeah, I did feel that when I came out of the office from a nice air-conditioned office at 4:30 yesterday, out into that. I was, no thank you. So thankfully it's a lot cooler today. I think it's only about 25 today. So yes, anyway, I've waffled on for long enough. If you are still here, then thank you so much for listening to me waffle on and that. If you have any questions, just ask me. I'm pretty much an open book. If you want that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate all of that, and hopefully I won't be back for a couple of weeks if I am only stitching on like 1 or 2 things, so it'll probably be about 4 weeks before I see you again. I might even try, because I've got a new stand that I'm filming with, so I might even try Stitch With Me, but don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. If you see one, you'll see one, but if not, then it didn't work out. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you're all keeping cool in this very hot weather that we are having. Happy stitching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye guys.